Welcome everyone, this is Kevin the Apptrepreneur. This is an impromptu live stream. I apologize in advance for the dark. I am simply out and about on Halloween night. Just, I keep forgetting about that stub. Just basically walking the streets, not driving Uber. I don't know how many of my viewers still drive for Uber on Halloween. I'm definitely under the impression that based on everything I've heard and even as to what I was doing the last couple of years before I pretty much stopped, well, Halloween could still be a pretty profitable night to drive. But I'm just, Ollie, how you doing? But I'm not driving. In fact, it's interesting. Katie has been busy today, so I haven't really gotten a chance to see her today, and she's with some friends right now. I'm not a big party person myself. I've actually spent most of the day watching Luke Cage Season 2 and writing a script for my next long-form video on my other channel, which that's kind of been a disappointing day because not only is the script not turning out as well as I would have liked it to, but Luke Cage Season 2 is actually not that good. And I'm really disappointed about that. I really liked Luke Cage Season 1. And the funny thing is, I remember when I heard that it was canceled, I was like so disappointed. But now that I'm watching Season 2, I don't know. Maybe I don't need to worry about, maybe I shouldn't be upset that it's canceled. I mean, granted, it's still got like 6 episodes left to turn around, but yeah, it's not working good. So let's see here. Hey, Larry, how you doing? Hey, Jim. Hey, Scantrants, you didn't miss nothing today, was dead. You know what's also funny is, like, I've had my door open listening for the trick-or-treaters. It's about 7:30 now. I've gotten 2 trick-or-treaters the entire night. I mean, I don't know, is the reputation I'm handing out sweet tarts just getting out or something? Like, why aren't the kids showing up? Well, it's Wednesday, of course. And that might be why there's that new initiative that they want to, change Halloween to like Saturday or something, like the last Saturday of the month. I don't know. Oh, we've got a couple trick-or-treaters. And it looks like we've got a fairy over here. Can't show anything, of course, but anyway, let's see here. Hi, Jose. That's an interesting comment. But here, let's go on the sidewalk a bit. So we've got some trick-or-treaters. So let's see here. Kyle's you're not driving either. Treasure Appraiser said, not driving for Uber tonight. Too weird. Stay home. Yeah, well, I'm pretty much just walking around right now. Oh. Hello. Although that's a pretty cool house. Maybe I'll go over and I'll show at least that house. I just needed to get out and do something. Like I said, it's been kind of slow. Well, let's just do this live stream. Maybe we'll do like a little Q&A or something unplanned. We'll do it out in the creepy Halloween nights. But anyway, let's turn around real quick. I really like that, and that I especially like. I mean, that's just pretty cool that they're definitely celebrating tonight. So let's see here. Neff said not driving either, and I'm 5 minutes away from Toms River, New Jersey, home of the largest Halloween parade in the country. 18 Matt's no driving into people on Halloween. Yep. So this might be a good chance to just walk around the block. I've done pretty good eating today, and I did like a 4.5 mile walk earlier, but well, seeing as how it is Halloween, I have cheated on the candy a little bit, so that means the sugar levels are a little high. So keep walking, keep the insulin running through the body. So anyway, how's everyone else's night doing aside from not driving for Halloween? Like I said, I don't really know what this this live stream is going to be about. I see I've got 36 people watching, so thank you for taking time out of your driving or party time to watch this, but I don't really have anything planned, so it's all up to you guys. Let's see here. Rob Bay said, finally stopped driving Uber like 2 months ago. Greatest decision of my life. Whoever reads this guy's, there's so many opportunities in the world. Develop your skills, get new jobs, create income. Yeah, I agree. I mean, of course, ideally, I would like Uber to be profitable again, or at least more profitable. I mean, there are certainly people who can do it. But it takes a certain set of circumstances, a lot of driving, a lot of grinding, a lot of surge, a lot of bonuses, and to a certain extent, I think, rent that is ridiculously cheap, and a will to not have much of a life. That's what I think. Matt says Red Dead Redemption. I mean, that's weird. I'm the only person who is not interested in Red Dead Redemption 2. It's probably going to be fun, but, you know, just doesn't look like it. So, let's see here. Jake Liu, talk about MoviePass, or is this Uber only? No, we can talk about MoviePass tonight. Interestingly, I spoke to someone from CNN today. They wanted to ask about MoviePass and what I felt about the company as a shareholder, and if I would be investing in MoviePass's new venture. And I was pretty forcefully said, no. Well, I still believe in MoviePass. I don't believe in Ted Farnsworth. Although MoviePass is definitely going to need a different method if they're going to succeed or not. And as for buying MoviePass stock, the company, I've been pretty open. Like, you know what? I've been burned enough by Helios and Matheson that I'll probably take a wait and see approach first, because I suspect it'll crash a little. Now, if it gets under $1 again, why not? Why not? I mean, some people say, oh, that's throwing money away. You know what? I bought some. Oh, there's a lot of trick-or-treaters here, so no wonder I'm not getting any door people. Like, this is where they all are. I don't know what's so special about this block, but anyway, so back to MoviePass. Yeah, I'll invest in them again, but it'd have to be the right price, and if it's not the right price, they'd have to be showing some growth before I do it. I'm not going to just throw money away. I think they've definitely had a long enough chance to prove themselves, but we'll see what they can do away from Ted Farnsworth. Johnny Gomez says, driving today, I guess, is like the Purge movie. Pick up Crazy Rider. I actually usually pick up a lot of fun riders. I've shared this story before, but I'll share it again. Probably the cleverest one I ever got was I was doing Lyft on Halloween, and someone called me, and the profile picture was Deadpool, which, you know, whatever. Sometimes people don't understand that the profile picture is supposed to be you. I get to the house, and Deadpool comes out and says, hey, you Kevin? And it's like, yes, I am. And so I thought that was clever. But, hi, trick or treat. So, let's see here. Neff said, quick question. Are there any more updates on Tesla going after Uber? And what do you think about Elon Musk's new underground tunnels opening in December? I am actually not aware of what the underground tunnels are, to be honest. But, no, there has not been any new updates. I'm going to walk around here, actually. About, you know, I think he just said, yeah, obviously we're going to take on Uber and Lyft. So. That kid is dressed as Santa Claus. How interesting. So, but yeah, as for his underground tunnels, I don't know what they are, but I'm definitely interested in reading about them. Larry says they are profitable, just got to go to the drivers. Yeah. Carl says you're really nice and kind man in like your videos. Hello. How you doing? That's me. No, I have had enough candy, but thank you. Yeah. So, that's actually kind of one of the nice things about walking around Halloween. You kind of just talking with the neighbors. So, so thanks. I'm glad you think I'm kind. I've got my moments, but I try to be nice. Jake says Uber is exchange life with little coin. Yeah, probably. Erica Bet says, I only take surge trips earnings with half the car cost. Yeah, but even with the new surge, they make that difficult, as they say. Oh, hey, Queen Brooksy, how you doing? Just spent $100 in shop your way points. One of the few good free per Uber. Yeah, points. I like point programs. I sign up for everyone that I can. You could end up getting a lot of money that way. So let's see here. Jose Sanders said, "What got you fired?" I've not been fired recently. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, there's dogs. Hey, Christopher, how you doing? Francisco said, "Did you talk about Uber and Lyft subscription plan?" That video is scheduled to premiere tomorrow morning at 12:30. In fact, I'm using the premiere feature you can see on my channel. I'm actually planning some of my videos in advance, so you will thankfully know when most of them will go up. And you can set the bell to remind you of when those videos will go up. So some people have expressed concern about the premiere feature, and you know, that's just natural. Whenever there's something new, we're not sure exactly what it is. And one person said that if I keep doing premiere, they'll stop visiting the channel, which, well, I mean, I'm sorry to see you go, but I'm seeing a lot more benefits from the premiere than negatives. So let's see here. Erica says, "New surge isn't that bad actually if you only take short." Yeah, if you only take short trips. What happens when you get that long new surge trip, and then you're effectively wasting money again? So, oh hey, Uber girl Paula, how you doing? So nice to see you in the live chat as always. Matt says, "Serious question. Do they still fire people who only drive during surge? And do I have to accept DoorDash orders I don't want to accept?" Okay, that's a two-part question. I suspect Uber still penalizes you. They might not deactivate you, but they will definitely penalize you if you just take the surge trips. As for DoorDash, well, they still they still expect you to take everything, and DoorDash is like one of the few companies, to my knowledge, that still enforces that, even though I think the law basically said they couldn't force them to do that. Rob says, "After seeing your video on Uber Works, that could devastate the country if it becomes the standard. It seems everything will be automated eventually." Well, yeah, I mean, that's definitely something to consider. Now, on the positive side, there's a lot of companies who would probably prefer to have stable workers, because one of the things about rotating jobs is that you have to train people every single time. A company that I do part-time work for, they have a bunch of temps, and the temps cause more trouble than they're worth sometimes. I mean, they need them, but they would much rather have those positions filled by permanent employees. So that's one advantage that might slow it down. On the other hand, there's a lot of people who there's a lot of companies who just want to pay as little as possible, and on-demand jobs might be the way to do it. And heck, if everything goes through on-demand apps, then if you do a job you don't like, maybe the company complains about you and you get kicked off the app, then maybe that cuts off a way for you to work. Who knows? It's very sad, as I say in the dark shadows, that this is where it could potentially head. So let's see here. So like Uber, I was over on Dark Road Run's channel waiting for you. Oh yeah, Joe's doing something tonight. Oh, by the way, Paula, since you're here, I guess I might as well tell you this, because I actually asked Joe this question. I don't know if he told you yet, but he didn't take down your videos because they're tribute videos or videos that you did with him. He didn't take them down because he was mad at you. He took them down because he got a copyright strike on a video that was not related to you because he used copyrighted music. So he basically took down a bunch of videos that had copyrighted music in it, and that included a couple of videos about me. So it was nothing personal. Just, you know, it was getting a copyright strike is not fun on YouTube. It like strikes fear into your heart, really. So anyway, he has no issue with you as far as I'm aware. I just figured I'd let you know that I had that conversation with him. So let's see here. Erica says, "My acceptance rating regularly stays under 20%, and I've had my cancellation rate be as high as 50. Whoa. Is that DoorDash or Uber? Because Uber, yeah. I don't know. So, oh, thank you, Uber Girl Paula, for the super chat. So that will definitely, I can get the new issue of Sonic, or maybe I'll see the Nutcracker. No, I've got Cinemia for that. So so yeah, I've got Bohemian Rhapsody to see tomorrow night in IMAX, and on Friday night I will be seeing the Nutcracker and the Four Realms in 4DX. I don't know what to think about that one, but Katie's really looking forward to seeing it. So, okay. Digital Kingdoms, how does New Surge work? I actually kind of made a video on that already. So just kind of go to my channel and search New Surge and, you know, watch one of those. Not to be dismissive or anything, but it's kind of a long story. So let's see here. It's not just low roller. What happened to Uber tonight? I don't know what happened to Uber tonight. Hey guys, how you doing? Doing good. Happy Halloween. So, actually, I'm not gonna lie, folks. They got another one of these cool houses. I love it. I mean, granted, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not the biggest Halloween fan. Hence why I'm not doing anything, and Katie is. But, you know, I like some of the houses get creative. Oh, look at another one. This one's kind of nice. You've got bats and a haunted house and some ghosts flying around them. And, you know, those creepy lights. I don't know. I mean, I'm more of a Christmas guy myself. Like, I will walk through neighborhoods and look at Christmas decorations, but some of the Halloween stuff is pretty neat too. So, let's see here. So Erica says, because I cancel trips that aren't profitable. Yeah, no, that's no, I did that all the time myself. Again, I think there was a point where Uber just had to let us do that, but I do know that canceling on trips that haven't started yet could get you in trouble. Now I kind of wonder, like, why did I... Well, okay, I stressed about it because I didn't want to lose my job at Uber. Now I'm kind of ambivalent to whatever they decide to do. So let's see here. Low roller scratches. You said you don't want Uber and Halloween ever again. I'm sorry. Did I say that? I don't remember saying that. I mean, I'm not gonna drive for Uber, not with how, you know, bad the pay is and how they're treating everyone. I've kind of just been abstaining from Uber. The last time I drove for Uber was to test out the new app. Also, my car is Uber definitely did a toll on the car, and the car is old. And while I've kept the maintenance up, it's old enough where it's basically not a good idea to drive for Uber at the moment. Not with that car. If I got a Prius, if I managed to get myself a Prius, I might do rideshare again, because that would save on so much gas that it might be worth it again. And from what I understand, Uber actually prices their rides as if everyone's driving Priuses. And if everyone's driving Priuses, then 64 cents, as low as it is, actually would be enough. It would be enough because you could get a couple hundred miles of not using gas. And there's a lot of Uber drivers who wouldn't even get to a couple hundred miles a day. So, but if you're using gas, no way. So, the title says Uber and Halloween. Oh, this is the second annual not driving for Uber on Halloween live stream. I might need to change that name. Okay. It was kind of feeling like my shoelace was untied. So Christopher says, is it better to drive for Lyft then? Not a whole lot, to be honest. Although with Lyft, you will get more tips. I don't know why. Well, actually, I kind of do know why. But Lyft always encourages drivers to tip. Uber, in comparison, does not. So that can make a huge difference. Uber Girl Paula says, I've not driven in weeks either. Yeah, I don't see a whole lot of videos on your channel anymore. And you even, although I did like the thing that you did with Mark. Isn't Mark a nice guy? He's awesome. Yeah, and you know, that's another thing. Not that I want to create drama, but it is interesting how I watch some channels and they complain about other Uber tubers, and it's like, why do we have to be bickering at each other? Why can't we just be friends? We're all in the same boat. So, I don't know. And actually, there's a couple people I know who don't like Mark, and there's a couple people I know who don't like Drive Girl Drive. There's several people I know that don't like Randy, even though he's not really an Uber tuber anymore. But it's like, I don't know. I don't know why we have to be this way, but whatever. Maybe it's a numbers game. So I definitely know my attitude towards this channel changed a little bit once I started making real money on it. I mean, you know, the first time you get like, oh, you made $200 on YouTube. It's like, oh, that's nice. And then it's like, oh, now you got 400. It's like, oh, that's better. Then it's like, oh, you got 700. This one's like, oh, really? And then the high point I got was 1 month I got $2,100 in a particularly newsworthy. I think that was when the month Travis Kalanick was fired. There was just major news story after major news story, and it was like, oh my gosh. I remember when I got that. Then, whenever someone would beat me to the topic, I'd feel threatened, so to speak. But not anymore. Now it's like, okay, you know, if they beat me to it first, I can still make my videos. In fact, recently, Rideshare Dustin, he was the one that actually broke the story from my perspective about Robert Ortiz. I don't know how to pronounce his name, to be honest. And, you know, that was big enough that I felt like I needed to comment on that too. And, you know, it didn't really matter that he beat me to it. And my numbers were definitely a lot better than his. Although I think he made the better video, to be perfectly honest. But, you know, so I prefer just not to be in competition with friends. It's like, I'm happy for their success, and, you know, we have a lot to learn from each other, I believe. So I don't know why I went on that tangent, but let's see here. Erica, I also started visiting the hub in my city and disrupting trips where Uber charges riders a 3-time surge but only gave me $4. Oh, that's clever. That's a good way to protest against them. That they would probably pick up on and deactivate you for, but I mean, screw them, right? Let's see here. Uber Girl Paula says, hey Prius, oh my gosh, please. I want a Prius. I mean, I'm getting tired of paying for gas. That's all it is. Is it the nicest car in the world? No, I'd much prefer a Tesla, but I'm not going to be able to afford a Tesla anytime soon. Oh, hey, Fat Man, how you doing? 409 a gallon for you, and gas is not, I know. Let's see here. Let's see, Randy, the Uber Lyft driver. What's up? Oh, just doing a Halloween little free-flowing live stream. Answering random questions, walking around the neighborhood, checking out random Halloween decorations, you know, stuff like that. So it's like, oh, geez, Kyle, thank you so much. I'm just getting to the, thank you so much for the super chat. $20. Wow, that's great. That covers my medication today. Thank you so much. So let's see. Low roll scratcher, you should get Tesla and drive Uber, no gas for good. You know what? I thought about that, because if you get a Tesla, you qualify for Uber Black. And I'd like to try doing Uber Black, to be honest. I'd make more money, and because here's the thing. I know people act like I'm just a cynical jerk who wants to make money for nothing. Some people have made that claim, but I really do like working for Uber. I'm thankfully in a position where I don't have to do it anymore, but I mean, I started complaining because at first I got into a position where basically I was struggling to survive off Uber, and I didn't like that. So that's why I you know, didn't start complaining, and now ironically my complaining hello, That's an interesting costume. It's a dinosaur. Okay, guys, you got to check this out. Oh, check out that dinosaur. Oh my! Oh my! Oh, okay. Well, you just did that in front of 253 people live. So, thank you, and my viewers too. Have a good one. Happy Halloween. So, I know it's not really 200 guys, but they didn't know. So, anyways, fun stuff like that. So, let's see here. You should get. So yeah, I would like to give Uber Black a try with a Tesla, because I really did enjoy it. I like talking to people, although I would also be interested in what the Uber Black market customers would look like. I'm sure they would be a bunch of stiffs, if you will, a bunch of dead stiffs, or I don't know, maybe they wouldn't be as friendly. I don't know. It's kind of odd because when Uber costs more money, people seem to be a lot more appreciative of the service. Ever since it got cheap, people got more demanding, so who knows? Let's see here. Hey, Doug, how you doing? Giovanni says, when does the price start in NY? I do not know yet, but keep an eye on my channel. I will be discussing that, obviously. So, Fat Man says, you still put where in the car? Yeah, no. I know. Oh, thank you, Doug. Thank you so much for that. Oh, okay. Oh, another one here. This one's pretty awesome. It's always fun when you have Jack Skellington as part of the decorations, and you've got a spider web. So, anyway, there you go. So let's see here. Jake says, why MoviePass app not showing any movie in regular and only e-ticket theaters have limited showing time with different movie? How are people going to see their 3 movie? Well, yeah, admittingly, I think what they wanted to do, and this makes sense. It really does make sense. They wanted, here's the thing, if you have an e-ticket theater where there's no restrictions, and then the card works everywhere else, but there are restrictions, well, obviously, that's a bargaining chip for the theaters. It's like, hey, look at us. We have like let's say 2.2 million subscribers. I think that's what they have right now. So they lost almost 1 million subscribers since they changed the rules. We can drive them to these theaters that have e-ticketing, and they are more willing to buy snacks. Why don't you cut us a deal? And that was the idea. But if the manager at the Frida Cinema is to be believed, that's not really working out too well, because they are actually not paying the theater the money, and so that's why e-ticket theaters are probably being dropped. I'm not going to say for certain because I don't know, but there is a logic to the method. Yeah, if you can get like enough small theaters, people who have MoviePass would be more likely to go to those theaters, and it's a benefit at that point. And I think they were hoping at one point Regal or Cinemark, or God forbid AMC, would do that, but AMC's not going to budge. I don't think Regal's making a subscription card, honestly. If they were, I think we'd see it by now, although they did announce a new logo, so maybe they are reinventing the company and they're taking it seriously. I'd love if a Regal card came out. And I'm not going to cancel MoviePass just yet. I've got it till December where it's all paid up for, and I got way more than I needed out of it. And we'll see where they are in December, if they're still around. So who knows? So, hey Kevin, I think I just started something. Oh, oh, okay. What is that? The Fat Man says the terms state you agree to the new surge by going online. What proof do you have? What they charge the customer? Oh, you're talking to Erica. Okay. Giovanni says you're going to read the comments. Yes, I am. Sometimes I get a little backtracked, but you know. But, oh, when does the price cap start in New York? I don't know. I think I actually answered that, but yeah, I just do not know when the price cap's going to start. But, again, on my channel, I will mention it when it happens. Yeah, rideshare with Dustin is awesome. Uber Girl Paula, thank you, Jake, for watching every video. Batman. Let's see here. let's see here. Oh, okay, there's some debate going on about the receipts lying, and that is true. You cannot trust Uber's receipts. They're not factual in any... They're rarely factual, I should say. Well, some people might ask, well, what's the point of a receipt then? And it's like, that's a good question. What is the point of a receipt? But there you have it. So it's like, you can get Tesla and drive Uber. It only costs $35K for basic. Oh, it's only 35,000. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, guys, I have some other expenses I'm saving for right now. I can't tell you what they are because someone else might be watching the channel, but I'm definitely going to be needing money. If I had that kind of money, it would be used for something else, that's for certain. So, you're not scaring anyone. Well, the point of the video was not to scare anyone. Oh, hey, I'm a Silverhander. How you doing? I'm in South Florida for Halloween and no booze quest either. Stop driving and just do Uber Eats only. I make more money and don't have to run all over town. Yeah, I think in general, food delivery is more profitable. I mean, it's kind of weird. You make less money on food delivery. That's not in dispute. But you drive so much less. There's so much less wear and tear in your car that you ultimately profit more, especially when they do bonuses and stuff. Like whenever Postmates says, hey, you get an extra $2 per drive, I do it. And then ironically, Postmates sent me a email yesterday saying $2.75 have been deposited in your bank, which means somebody tipped me 2 weeks after I last Postmated. Is that a term, Postmated? I don't know. So anyway, I should really be keeping track of the steps, but I think the video quality would suffer if I did. So Queenie says, just bought a new vehicle that qualifies for select. It will be interesting to see how it goes. Oh yeah, that will be interesting to see how it goes. You're on another tier, as they say. So yeah, I hope it works out good for you. Erica, not in my experience. I get to view lots of riders' receipts. Oh, that's... It's like Uber Girl says, neither is your personal driver. Neither is your personal driver what? What did Aaron do? Now, I mean, I thought he was staying out of trouble. Let's see here. Low Rollers Raptor, did you survive on collection agency and want you to go to court? Well, with the collection agency, I was able to settle for substantially less than what I owed. I mean, that was about $1,500 that came out of my pocket. But it was $1,500 I had. I just barely paid it. And in all fairness, maybe I did owe the debt. I mean, I was very foolish with my money when I was younger, and this might have been a lingering debt from 10 years ago or 8 years ago or something like that. No, I was still having credit card issues as little as 6 years ago, but I have definitely turned that around. So I anticipate this will be the last time, because what they said was that the debt was related to something at Best Buy, and that did ring a bell. So we settled, and more than half off. So it was a hard lesson, but it's one that I learned. So, and thankfully some people did come and helped me out. They made some donations. So a quarter of that was paid for through fan donations, and I definitely appreciate fan donations. So if anyone is in this chat room contributed to that, thank you. That definitely went a long way, and I was definitely humbled by that. So, you know, it's I might not have gotten $45,000 like Sean did, but you know what? Any gift is a blessing, I consider. So, all right. Let's see here. Oh, you should have said 2 million. Oh, you know, I don't want it to be outrageous, an outrageous lie. So, it's like Uber said, I saw that comment on the show he did back in February. How dare he slag other channels off? Are we still talking about your personal driver? Like, what did he do? So Okay. Is Lyft beating Uber? That's all I'm hearing, Giovanni says. No. But Lyft is gaining more market share and faster than anyone anticipated. So there's that. And, that's fine. That's competition. Although I wish the competition was just a little bit. It's kind of a shame that the way this has been working is that I'm crossing the street, guys. That's why I'm a little distracted. But I would like the competition to work both ways. They've just been using it to appeal to riders, where at one point Lyft attempted to appeal to drivers as well. And they haven't focused on drivers in a while. I think we've unfortunately proven, for the most part, we will take whatever they give us and not complain too much. So that might be what's going on. Let's see here. Why not grabbing any candy? Because I'm fighting diabetes. That's why. I think I'm getting close, though. I've lost 28 pounds since May. I still would like to lose an additional 18 to 20 to be absolutely certain, but my numbers have been consistently good, and I might even be able to get off the metformin in December. But I still got a little ways to go. Sprinklers are on. Sprinklers are, that's an interesting time of the night to do that, but that was a weird car. So what was the question again? Oh, that one. That's why I'm not getting any candy, and I've already cheated a little today. So plus I'd rather cheat tomorrow when I can go to the store and get like heavy discounts on the candy. It's way worth my time more to just spend $2 and get like a big bag of Reese's than to go door to door in a silly costume. I'm clearly too old for that. Let's see here. Lukejan says, I got my first DoorDash tip today, and when I looked at the payment, DoorDash stole my tip. Yep, they will do that. That's one of my most popular videos, DoorDash stealing your tips. Unfortunately, not a lot you can do about it. Just hope that they pay you cash. So, let's see. Yeah, I can see you guys are discussing DoorDash. Yeah, Luke, I'd recommend Grubhub. I'd recommend Postmates. If you're in LA, do Caviar. Caviar is great. They tell you exactly what you're going to make before you accept the order. It's like, with the mileage and the tip, this is how much this order is going to net you, and you just know up front. So that's just good. But it's not everywhere, unfortunately. So let's see here. It's like, well, low roller scratcher. I answered that question about the collection agency, so we're gonna move on from that. But oh yeah, you get more tips on food delivery also. Let's see here. Oh, you're trying to do select Uber girl, Paula? Yeah. Well, it's Halloween night. It's like most of your clients are not going to be business people or people with a lot of money. They're going to be college kids who just don't want to spend a lot of money. That's another thing about Halloween that I never quite understand. I might be offending someone in the chat by saying this, but one of the reasons I don't celebrate Halloween really is because I don't see any reason to. It's always bugged me, it's for kids. It's really for kids. And I don't, it's like I'm 33 years old and I'm not going to get into a costume. I'm not going to go get wasted. It's like those days are pretty much beyond me as far as I'm concerned. So all these vans make me nervous, and I realize, they're just parents driving their kids around doing trick or treat. So, oh, our dinosaur friend again. It is you. Hello again.
Oh, no, not you again.
Yeah, well, don't worry. I won't film you this time.
You already got it once. You want to repeat the answer?
No. But hey, they tipped me $20 for that dance. You should do it. Yeah. Well, I'm not carrying my wallet around. Right? Of course not. Have a good night again. Bye. Okay, so let's see here. I would eat it for sure. Just Uber has it that they take you off delivery after many complaints. Oh, well, they take you off delivery for how many complaints? Kevin, who in this chat hasn't got problems? Oh, everyone's got problems. That's not in dispute. Let's see here. Go knock on a door, Pace. Oh, yeah, maybe. Let's see here. You heard Uber and Lyft subscription like Netflix? You can get unlimited ride for $200 a month. Actually, I've made a video on that. It will be premiering tomorrow. Tomorrow at like 12:30 a.m. I have it scheduled in advance. I love that premiere feature. So, okay. Oh, excuse us, me folks. So let's see here. Your driver, Mike. Is this a trick-or-treat live stream? No, just a random walk. Just a random walk, walking around the neighborhood. You see some interesting costumes. There was a dancing dinosaur earlier. And apparently there's fireworks now. So, yep. Just a random Halloween night stroll where I'm not driving. It's like Lucan says, y'all take care, I'll go watch some scary movie. Oh, watch Repulsion with the lights off. Scariest movie I've ever seen. Oh, good night, Giovanni. It's like Kevin should work up so he can lose his 30 pounds. Yeah, no, I'll be going to the gym and lifting weights and stuff soon. Very, very soon. So, let's see here. Virgo Paula, that show he and the Dark Road Run did a show reviewing big channels. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, whatever. I made a response video to that, and I just took it as a joke. So, let's see. 20-ounce soda costs $2 now. It's crazy. You can buy 2-liter Coke for $9. No, I know, and that's one of the reasons. Well, aside from liking it, that's one of the reasons I drink so much soda. Although now I'm drinking more bottled water, or water in general, and the Minute Maid Light. So I still drink a little bit of Pepsi and Coke, though. I just like it too much, but not as much. Hey, Romeo. Halloween should visit all your dead people in theory. Bronc Dog says it's risky business. Driving tonight, not worth it. Yeah. Well, I actually think it's no more risky than most nights. I actually think driving Halloween and New Year's Eve is probably safer these days because there are so many Ubers on the road and people are learning not to drive themselves. But, you know, you have to keep an eye out for kids. That's certainly. So, Larry says we need all rideshare drivers not to drive. Yeah, you're not going to get all of them to quit driving, though. But I think more and more are starting to stop and more are starting to protest. We're starting to see them get more involved. So, let's see here. I just missed the live stream of UDM. Is that Uberman? No, he's not. Okay. It's like I had a guy say he elected by accident the $14.99 option, the app for the ride pass. Do you know anything about that? Yep. The video will be up tomorrow night. So you and the Hoodman. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm actually near a school. If I recall, I'm actually near a school. But no, these houses are actually pretty nice. So let's see here. Once I get my sobriety on a forward motion, I'm going to the gym. I tried HelloFresh today, got my first box. Oh, well, good for you. Yep, that's something you can do. Man, what do you think about the stock market? A lot of my stocks did decent today. But, you know, the stock market goes up and down, so, you know. No, soda is bad. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. But, anyway. But I like it. Man, everyone has a vice. At least I don't smoke or do alcohol or drugs. Really, fast food and soda has been my vice, and now I'm severely cutting back on all that. So, let's see here. Uber girl Paula LA said Uber would never go to the hood. Well, I wouldn't go to the hood walking around with a, cell phone out. I mean, that's just common sense. So, I have at least 20. MS Silverhander says I have at least 20 Uber Eats restaurants within 2-mile radius of my house. I can sit in my house, at my pool, or do errands like shopping and groceries with my app on, and wait for delivery requests. Yeah, but if they... you can't do much at your house before you get a request, so if you have things to do before driving, I recommend just doing them. Just do them. Actually, that's a really nice house. I'm not going to show what it is, but that's because it doesn't have decorations on it. It's just a nice house in general. Love the hood. My pals live in the hood. Okay. Yeah, this is a nice neighborhood. It's a shame I'm gonna have to most likely move out of it next year, but you know, that's just part of life. You own your own property, you're just a temporary resident. Kevin, you should buy Dogecoin in Robinhood. It is cheaper than MoviePass stock. Dogecoin only costs less money than a penny per coin is crypto. Oh, it's cryptocurrency. Well, if it's less than a penny, maybe I'll put in $20 and see what happens. But cryptocurrency, that's I don't know. I've invested in a little bit of cryptocurrency. There's a couple places that worked out well, and a couple places that didn't work out so well. So, you know, I guess you win some, you lose some. Oh, okay. That's, I don't know. I kind of like that statue. I kind of like that statue of the eagle. Wonder how much that costs. Let's see here. Check out Dave the Uber slave, and oh yeah, I like Dave the Uber slave. He's pretty good. Fat man, why move? Because I'm renting the house right now. Yeah, I'm just renting it, and other roommates have moved in, so it actually makes the rent really cheap. But I have a pretty big suspicion, which I don't want to discuss here, just in case other family members see. But there's a hopefully positive changing situation that will probably require me to get my own place. So some of you can probably figure out where I'm going with that, but don't say anything if you have figured it out. Either way, it's going to be sad to leave, but that's just the way it is. That's a little gated house right there. Not Uber related, but are you surprised that we haven't heard about a Simpsons season 19 DVD? Yes and no. I mean, the fact that we didn't get a Blu-ray release shows that they really weren't getting back into games seriously, but at the same time, I think they might be playing their card like they don't really want to get back into releasing DVDs of The Simpsons, but we were complaining so much that they released one to appease us, and now they're just going to discontinue the DVDs, but they're not going to tell anyone that they're discontinuing the DVDs. That's what it's going to be now. So still a few people out and about, but I definitely think the night's coming to a close. Your YouTube premium tonight at East Coast 3:30 a.m. Yeah, I know, but that's how it works sometimes. You can watch it but once it's up, you can watch it whenever you want. Emma Silverhammer says, when performing Uber Eats requests, I rarely get more than 5 miles away from my house. When driving, I used to get stuck 15 to 20 miles or more away and could not get a ride back toward my home. But you see, that's also just a waste of gas, in my opinion, to constantly keep going home. It's like, and most of the time, you'll probably get requested before you even get home. It's like, I always felt it was just a good strategy just to go, pick something up, deliver the food, go around the corner, and park and read or something until you got the next request. So, let's see here. Kevin, you should move out of California so you can get cheaper rent if you live in... No, I have seriously considered leaving California. In fact, the funny thing is, it's weird. I grew up in California. California, for all intents and purposes, has been my home for my whole life, one way or the other. I've never lived anywhere else. I was in Japan for a couple months, but I don't know if that counts as living somewhere, just visiting. And really, Japan was the only place I really wanted to live. But I'm getting older, and the traffic continues to get worse. Disneyland gets more expensive. And there's a lot of things that I'm comfortable with. I definitely like going to whatever movie theaters I'd like to go to, but I'm starting to wonder just a little bit if maybe going to another state that could still technically be a city but is a lot less hectic than what is here, if that would not be a wise thing to do. And me and Katie have talked about it for when we eventually get married, that we would like maybe to save rent go to another state. Because here's the thing, I can do this wherever I go. I don't have to do this in California. I can, you know, and since I'm not driving that much, you know, all the videos would be of the same quality. It'd just be me talking about the news. But there's a couple problems. There's a couple big holdouts for that, and the big holdouts are my family in Sacramento and her family in Pasadena. Unfortunately, all of our immediate family is in California, and that is a very, very powerful draw. And I'm close with my family, and she's close with her family. And to move out of state just to save money, that would be hard to do for both of us. That'd be very hard to do for both of us. Now, I'm not saying we wouldn't get used to it. In fact, if we moved to Arkansas, we'd actually probably live close to old neighbors of mine. But starting over is very, very difficult. So, but we've talked about future plans, and we both agreed that once we get married, we will pretty much give ourselves 3 years to have made significant progress towards getting a house, because we know it takes a while. And if we're not making that progress, well, well, basically. Well, if we haven't made any progress at that point in a few years, then we will probably move on from California. Also, while she has a good job, it's not exactly the best paying job in the world. It would be an uphill battle for us to ever buy a house. In fact, just to get a little personal, at my parents' house, which I'm set to inherit that house. So even though I hope they don't die for a very, very long time, whenever they pass or they move on from the house, we will inherit that house, and that might also help us out a little bit. But we had neighbors for years. Like, I even kind of wonder if neighbors like this exist anymore, where the neighbors are just close. The neighbors are very close. And several years ago, one of the neighbors had to move because the economy got them. And then Aunt Linda died, and Uncle Mike moved to Las Vegas. I'm definitely looking forward to meeting up with him when I go there and kind of catching up. It's been too long. Last year, the other set of neighbors that we were really close with also moved out, and they moved to Arkansas because their son lived there, and there was a house that he lived next to that they bought. And their one-story house that they sold here in California, or in Sacramento, was enough to pay for this five-bedroom, two-story house, and still have a lot of money left over. That's how big of a price difference it is. And the new neighbors who have moved into their old house actually used to live a couple miles from where I live. You know, it's a small world. And they had been renting for like 30 years. 30 years. And they just could never afford, so they went to Sacramento, and now their mortgage is cheaper than their rent over there. So, oh, that's kind of cool. I'll just show that real quick. Is it a cat or is it an illusion? So, I will probably, at the very least, in a few years, move to a slower part of California. But, you know, it's going to be hard. It always is. And I'm a very nostalgic person. I don't like change. So, it's just, yeah, it's too expensive here. I'm actually a little concerned because when me and Katie get married and we move in, you know, most people save money when they move in together. We're actually going to be spending more money because that's just the great deals we have. So anyway, that went on way longer than I intended it to. It's been 54 minutes. I'll walk a little bit longer. We'll get to the hour mark and then we'll probably start wrapping it up. So let's see here. Go to Phoenix, much cheaper and a great market. Yeah, we have talked about Phoenix. We have definitely talked about going to Phoenix. Kevin, I've lived all over the world. Can't understand what the problem is about moving. Well, some people move easier than others. I'm not one of those people who move easily. So I know it's hard to explain because, you know, I'm definitely very introverted. I'm going to assume you're extroverted. Not a dirty word. Don't flag me for using it. Introverts just like stability. So when we have to move, you know, that stability gets shaken. And what's more, we kind of feel like we're leaving behind a lot of memories. At least I do. So that's what it is. Let's see here. Anything. But the property is very expensive in LA. And I don't see myself owning a house here. So anyway. That means that my father sold his house in Long Beach for $700K, moved to Spokane, and bought a bigger house for less than $300K. Yeah, that happens all the time. And, you know, California is pretty much pricing out all of the poor people at this point. And, you know, there's now part of me that's kind of going like, you know, if I left, I've been to Disneyland many, many times. I've been to Universal Studios many, many times. Maybe one of the reasons I'm sticking around is because I have a little bit more time to really break into the Hollywood industry. There's something that I'm working on with someone that you guys would definitely love. I can't talk about it yet, but if I can actually work it out and get it, you know, get it working, that would be really good. But you do basically need to be a millionaire to live here. Like, even like, for example, see that house with the green lights and the blue? Those houses are like $1 million houses. Story, and they probably got a couple of rooms. It's really ridiculous. So it's not worth staying in California if you can't afford to live there. Everyone is moving out of California. Well, it's yes and no. There's a lot of people who are moving out of California and upgrading in other states, but more young people are coming to California. The question is, how much longer can California do this? We know a housing market crash is coming, and that might help keep us here. If the housing market crashes in the next couple of years, we've got a shot to get a house here. And I don't really want that to happen because that means people will be homeless and lose their jobs and stuff, but it might benefit. Well, Prop 10 passing might also benefit us, so who knows. Hey, C-Chow, how you doing? Oh my God, like, what time is it now? Now, okay, yeah, so I'm still fairly caught up, so maybe having... See, Kevin, are you going to be in the chat at the YouTube premiere later tonight? Probably not. I have to go to bed. There's a doctor's appointment I need to go to tomorrow morning, so I need to get to bed early. But everyone who's there, I hope you enjoy it. So, Batman says, moving is stressful. Florida sheep. Yeah, I've thought about Florida too. Being near Disney World would be kind of nice. It's just Florida, with all due respect, is kind of boring visually. It's so many flat lands. And I don't like alligators, so anyway. I mean, 1 million for that. Yeah, no, I agree. Like, I mean, yeah, and again, so see, actually, in fact, all of these houses, these are all like around the $1 to $2 million range. It's California just needs to chill out a little bit, I think. And I'm waiting for them to crash. That's the one thing. If they crash in a couple of years, I will be here, and hopefully I will be able to poach. But who knows? So, oh, I'm doing okay, Chell. I'm, you know, like, just doing a random live stream. They're not as good as your 3 to 4 hour epics that you do every other day, but I try. This is a chill. We had a dancing dinosaur earlier. That's probably going to be the highlight of the whole video. But it's always good to see you, though. So, let's see here. Low roller scratcher. Kevin, you've been Disneyland, Florida? It's Disney World, but yes. It's been several years, though. In fact, me and Katie have agreed, because we have... Well, we just let our annual passes expire. We'll probably renew them in California. But after that, we will probably... Okay, guys, just to let you know. This is like a $3 million house. I mean, it's nice, don't get me wrong, but, you know, I expect a little bit more for $3 million. But one of the things we're planning on doing is, when it's time to go to Florida, to go to Disney World, we'll get the pixie dust passes, so we'll do like a week of Disney World. And then we can use the passes at Disneyland throughout the year, and then we'll make one more trip to Disney World before the passes expire. And hopefully that'll justify the $2,000 each investment. I hope. I hope. Batman says, Florida isn't that boring with the scenery. I've got city tour videos. Well, when you're driving across it, it's a lot of flat plains. In fact, it's kind of interesting how, like, when you look at Florida, like, it's like when you get up on like the top of the Tower of Terror at Disneyland or Hollywood Studios. That's where it is, Disney Hollywood Studios. And you kind of look over and you could just see Disneyland sticking out of the ground across all this land. But I'm sure there's nice places in Florida. I stayed in Camila Zoo. I believe that's what it was. Is that what it is? I don't know. But it was a nice little town. I'm not gonna lie. So I would be okay with Florida long term, probably. And I hear something about property taxes that they don't have, and that's why a lot of people retire there. So let's see. Let's see here. California housing crash needs to at least 85% you can buy a house. Maybe not that much, but it needs to crash at something. So even if it crashes just like a quarter. But I actually know people who... There's some people that I know who live here who have pretty nice houses. And I asked how they were able to afford it because their jobs are not bad, but not great, mind you. And they admitted housing crash. There were houses up for sale during the market crash bubble. They had actually been on the market for months, and they were willing to undersell. So that's just what I need the market to get at again before I can seriously consider this. So her live today was at 4:49. Oh geez, almost 5 hours. Chell, how do you do it? How do you do it? I mean, I must not be that friendly. I really must not be that friendly, because after an hour I start getting drained. I think one time I went 2 hours, but I got over $100 in donations, so like it just kept the train rolling, as they say. But it was like doing those long, I don't know how you do it. Oh, I know people pay for location, and that's why you can get like mansions in Kentucky for the cost of one of these one-story houses, because nobody wants to live there. But you know, it's frustrating nonetheless. So you can put dinosaur dancing or thumbnail this video. I will probably do that tomorrow. That $3 million house in Hudson, Florida would cost you $199K. Yeah, that's a huge difference. So the fat man, 2K investment for Disney passes. You're doing it wrong. I don't know. Well, it's, keep in mind, it's yearly passes. It's and it works at both parks. That's why they charge so much. Because every time you enter Disneyland, you know, every time you swipe that pass, it's like $150 you've swiped. So we would use it more than, we'd probably use it more than $5,000, especially if we went to both parks. So Katie just loves Disneyland, so we go frequently. But no matter how many good deals I can find on Disneyland, trust me, that I know I can find deals out there. It's not like I can't, but it doesn't come close to what the passes will give you, considering how many times we go. So LA is humid. I don't think LA is humid. LA is hot. Florida is humid. At least that's how I've interpreted it at. So let's see here. Woman be talking. I don't know what you mean by that comment, fat man. Woman be talking man. I just don't get that. They didn't want me to leave even when the screen went to black. Yeah, but well, either way, you're a trooper. Oh, it's the no stake income tax. That's what it is. So yeah, that's how you save a lot of money. Do you know how many billions and billions is invested in Bitcoin? No, I'm aware of that, and I invested in a little Bitcoin, but I don't know. I have other investments that I actually are paying out pretty good. I mean, can't really take advantage of them for 10 years, but you know, they've been working out pretty good. Are you going to make a video on your thoughts on Disney buying 20th Century? No. No, I'm not. I think the time has passed for that. But I started writing a script for another Disney video today that I think people will be happy with. It won't be on this channel, it'll be on the other channel, but you know. So. We have a weekday select pass for Walt Disney World, which gets you in only Monday through Friday. We pay $2.90 a year. Well, yeah, that's great if you live over there. Over here, we have a SoCal Select Pass. It's like $500, and the days that you can go in are very, very small. We also have a monthly payment plan though, so it's like we pay $50 each a month, and then we can go in. So the way I see it, it's like, well, if I pay $50 a month and go twice, then I'm getting my money's worth. So, oh, you're welcome, Chell. Let's see here. Let's see here. Oh, I see. But I don't know how much. Yeah, and yeah, Uber Girl Paul. I don't know how much longer Disney can actually. Well, Disney's gonna survive as a company. They're making way too much money to not. But I am wondering, like, especially when it comes to their theme parks, how much higher can they prices honestly go? I mean, seriously, how much higher can they go? I mean, and I've been talking to friends about this because we're wondering, like, why is Disneyland always so crowded, even with the rising costs? And we kind of came to the conclusion, half jokingly but then half serious, that the problem might actually be that we do have a generation of people who just don't want to grow up. I mean, think about it. You know, Star Wars is still, you have a bunch of man-child watching Star Wars. You have a bunch of men kids watching the Marvel movies, making them billion-dollar successes. No, you know, men don't want to stop playing video games. They don't want to go get married. And likewise, you have men and women, because Disney's pretty universal, just who don't want to grow up. And they pay a lot of money to go to Disneyland because it makes them feel like a kid again. And I mean, I love Disneyland, don't get me wrong, but there is a part of me that's like, but it is made for kids, so why am I paying like $900 a year for the privilege of going here? And I've kind of told Katie that we will probably be reevaluating the pass. Like I said, we just let it expire, and we're probably going to reevaluate whether we actually want to renew the pass. But I kind of wonder if it's just a generational thing where it's like we have a bunch of adults with a disposable income. I don't think we've ever had a generation where, you know, adults really bought toys and comics and video games. It was all meant for kids. But now we have adults who do that stuff, and so I don't know. Maybe now's not the best time to articulate this, but then on the other hand, it is Halloween night, and kids now college-age kids do it, and adults do it, and they get really into it. And it's like, why? You're dressing up in costumes as cats and vampires. Who cares? I don't know. Just my thoughts. But let's see here. You've been saying you wasn't working for Uber, so driving again You've been saying you wasn't working for Uber, so you're driving it. No, no, this is actually, I think, the second annual not driving for Halloween live stream, so. LOL, TMF, you are a talker. Oh. I don't know what Tia. Oh, the fat man, that's who you're talking to. Okay. Let's see. Anyway. Kevin, have you experienced earthquake in California? How do you survive? The earthquakes have not been a big deal over here. I mean, I've lived through 4 of them. They're very, very minor. No, nah, not worth even discussing, really. Let's just answer. See, thanks for YouTubing the subjects that you do, Kevin. Oh, thank you, Clean MPG. Love that video Chell did about Ride with Peterson. Oh, well, Ride with Peterson's awesome. I've actually got, he's one of the Uber tubers. Well, I've actually got most of the Uber tubers' phone numbers in my address book, so I can, okay, there's a lot of traffic there. I don't want to go there. So, the Peterson's definitely a very chill guy. I like talking with him. So, I like working with him. He helps me with all this terms of service stuff that I don't always get. So, Batman, the prices go up because they are trying to control the crowd. They're trying to keep people out. Oh, you could also limit the amount of people that go into the parks, and that's a way you could control the crowd, but, you know, whatever. Where are you walking to? I'm not really walking anywhere. I'm just walking around. That's all I'm doing. Okay, let's see here. Justice League just started on HBO. I like that movie. I like to watch Superman kick Steppenwolf's butt. Yeah. All right, we have caught up to all the chats. It has been more than an hour. Are there any final questions before I bring this to an end? So, you know, we'll just kind of give you a couple more minutes. I think I should go in and get back to finishing that script. So, trick-or-treaters have definitely thinned out, though. Definitely thinned out. Disney limits the number of people going to Disney parks in Asia. Yes, and I love them for that. In Tokyo Disney, it was like the crowds were not that big. It was very, very reasonable. Have you seen Shout Factory's Blu-ray release of Disney's Gravity Falls Complete series? Yes. I actually own that. I did like it. The only thing I was disappointed with, and I know some people are going to hate me for saying this, I did not like that they replaced Louis C.K.'s guest vocal performance. That, I just don't like censorship like that. But otherwise, it was an excellent release. Would like to maybe do a Wii Xmas party at the house. Oh yeah, maybe we could do that. I definitely like Christmas a heck of a lot more than Halloween. But, you know, Christmas has always been about family and stuff like that. So, let's see here. Anyway, all right. So, thank you everyone for joining me. Thank you for all the super chats. I mean, that was very, very generous, all of you. And for those of you who might be watching this after the fact, who are not watching it live, that is, well, thank you for watching the whole video. And for all those people, comment below. Like, favorite, share, subscribe. And if you enjoy my videos, consider becoming a Patreon member. It's totally optional, of course, but even as little as $1 a month goes a long way to helping the channel run smoothly. And as always, flame responsibly. Have a good one.